welcome to everyone again to Psychic Stay at Home. And today I'm joined with the beautiful Jessica May and Aldo Rafa, two of my faves, and they've both given me gifts as well. So I want to say massive thank you publicly to Aldo for my crystals and Jessica May for my bath salts. Oh my God, I love them. Now, obviously we're in lockdown and things are different, so we can't really see each other. But I still feel that we are still connecting even though we are all apart. And Psychic Stay, to be fair, we are all about interactivity. So a little thing like a lockdown was not going to stop us talking. Hi Aldo, hi Jessica.
Hello.
Hello. Firstly, Jessica May, my favourite thing in my flat. I've only got half left. So Himalayan bath salts and some other herbs and stuff and crystals. It smells so good. If I could have the top off this every day I would. I absolutely love it. So thank you. And Aldo Raff, I'm such a spoiled girl at Psychic Stay. Aldo. So, oh, and also these two crystals came with it as well, Jessica. So thank you for the green one and the orange. What are they actually? What's the green one and what's the orange one?
So the green one is green aventurine. It's really good for the heart chakra. And the orange one is for your sacral chakra. It's carnelian.
Beautiful. Thank you so much. And Aldo, of course, you've seen my crystal journey, not really caring about anything like that. And then all of a sudden, bam, she's obsessed. She loves crystals. So Aldo, you gave me rose quartz. Thank you so much. I love this. You gave me clear quartz as well. I absolutely adore that. I put it next to it. And this one, I'm stumped. Can you see, what is it? So I don't know if it's red jasper, is it? Is that the one you gave me as well, red jasper?
Yes, that's a jasper. Yes. I forgot I'd given you the jasper, actually.
Oh,
yeah, that's very good for, grounding. It's very good for security, feeling comfortable at home. Yeah.
Oh, thank you. I'm such a sport girl, so I could say thank you. So I want to talk about transitioning because obviously this is a weird time for everyone. We basically can't really go out. We can only go out for work and stuff. So we haven't really seen anybody. And this thing that I'm missing really is personal touch. Like no one's touched me since the 14th of March to hug my friends Sarah and Kim like goodbye after party. So, we've gone through a different time and now it feels like we're coming out of it. Like we're transitioning. And that just happens in life, doesn't it, Aldo? And something we talk about on the show. So are we good at change as people, Aldo, would you say?
I think we're creatures of habit. So I think change can be hard for a lot of us. But, it is a part of life. Change is a part of life. And the beautiful thing about that is that, maybe today we're feeling a little bit, down. Tomorrow we're maybe feeling more excited. The next day we're feeling maybe joyful. So it can change for the better. And, I think with this particular transition, this is certainly something I think we're all really excited probably for.
Yeah. I am listening to you, Aldo, but I can't take my eyes off your throne. I just love your chair. I mean, I know I say this on the show, but it just frames you so well. My goodness, I love it. Jessica, Aldo was saying about change with creatures of habit. Now, personally for me, when we were told to stay, I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't go on a date. I can't see my friends. I can't do any of this. And I've got used to it. And now we might be able to do little things. I'm a bit like, I don't know if I'm ready for this. So I'm like, is that normal? Have you heard this? When change comes, we want it. And then when we can kind of get it, it's like, oh, whoa, hang on a minute. I don't know. Have you heard of that before, Jess?
Absolutely, yeah. And when I work with like the universe energies, like manifesting and things like that, it's usually our fears that hold us back from transitioning and going forwards. But I totally get where you're coming from because me personally, I actually feel it's a bit too soon to be going back. I've got this I've got anxiety about it, but I have got this weird gut feeling that it's a bit too early to be going back. But at the same time, I'm excited to get things moving again because I feel we should be moving. But yeah, it's a really strange time. I think we have got too used to being in our four walls and our gardens and all that. So yeah, we've got to adapt again now.
It is. And I feel like it's hard as well because obviously, we can't date and stuff. Like we can't do the stuff we wanted to do that with our friends. Like I think it'll be easy to just go and meet my friends. That is going to be so easy. But I've been giving it on online dating, as we know, Jess, giving it oh yes, when it's all over, I will definitely meet you. Oh my goodness. And now it's like, okay, when we're allowed, do you want to go for a walk? Now that could be soon. And I'm like, oh, I'm quite confident. I'd love to go to a cocktail bar, but it's because we've been so used to not doing it. I'm like, I've got to meet this man. I'm going to go for a walk. And I don't know if I'm all right with that. And obviously he's not going to touch me, no hugging or anything like that. But I'm like, I don't know if I'm ready for this. So we get caught up in our bubble, don't we? Aldo, what's your thoughts on dating after lockdown?
Yeah, I think it's quite probably going to be a bit of a shock to the system. I mean, I know, you know, just you know, just meeting somebody the other week from some, you know, from another household, and I sort of spent, you know, obviously, you know, with the 2 meters, but for probably quite about 5-6 hours afterwards, it just felt very odd, and in itself it was like alien. So I think dating is going to be difficult, and I think what's going to be challenging about that is also, you know, the rule aspect, isn't it? You know, where you can meet up, but there's obviously a limitation on what you can do. And even though you can maybe, you know, go on a date, are, you know, places going to be open, such as maybe hotels where you can maybe go and use the restroom? That's my concern.
When you said hotel, I was thinking, Aldo, hang on a minute. Date one, we should be talking hotels. That time you can fight off the man. If he says the hotel, date one, I'm like, dude, this is not that kind of party. But Jess, we now have to be creative now, don't we? Because we've got to make use of outside. And you love nature. You know, there's so many things we can do outside, isn't there? I think that we've probably realised now. I go for walks. 3 months ago, you'd never catch me going for a walk. Now I'm going for an hour walk to find the horses in the stables up there. Oh my goodness, my favourite thing. So we've got to be creative with love, haven't we?
Absolutely. And I think we're going to sort of go back in time to the old traditional ways of courting and getting back to knowing each other, but at a distance. So yeah, it's almost like an energetic exchange of the looks and the feelings rising up again. So we might actually enter in some real deep connections with people now, which would be really good.
Absolutely. And we were talking about like transitioning. So for us, we all work on the show and we would all be in the studio together. There'd be me and you guys. And then obviously because of what happened, we all had to distance. So I was quite worried about being on my own because I'm used to you guys, the energy. And I didn't realize how important people's energy was. Like being in that studio on my own is different, but obviously it's fine now, we're used to it. My Muay Thai, I used to be in the class, the dojo, with all these people doing the class, and then doing it from home on Zoom, I found it really hard. And I thought, why am I struggling with a class that I've always done? But it's the people, it's the energy, isn't it? And I've never ever taken notice of energy, like the difference it makes. Why is that, Jess? Why is it such a difference? Why do we feel so alone when, even though we're doing it this way? Is it auras, the stuff we talk about? Is that what it is?
I think because we have got so used to being close to each other in our society now, it's like whenever we want something, we can have it just like that. And when we get put into isolation, it means that we have to get in touch with ourselves.
Yeah.
So many people, they haven't had time to themselves for so long. They may occupy their mind with TV or occupy their mind with FaceTime, that sort of thing. Whereas now it's like you said, you've got to get creative with the way you occupy your time. And a lot of people are coming to realizations, doing reflection work and thinking, wow, what have I been doing with my life? And they're beginning to make some changes. And I'm hearing so many stories of people creating new futures, wanting a new career. So many people have been doing craft work as well. And there's loads of new crafters out there and they're making a business for themselves. It's great.
Yeah. And Aldo, do you think there's opportunities even when things are hard? Because there's not, when this happened, I thought, great, we can't do much, you know, we're stuck. But as Jess was just saying there, people are doing things. There's new jobs coming out of this. People are finding new skills. People are doing new businesses. I mean, I've done nothing, but that's the, well, actually, I won't be so hard. I've done 1 or 2 things like this, which is lovely. But do you feel like there's always a positive, Aldo, in a situation like we were in lockdown? We couldn't go anywhere. We were just allowed to go to work, just to get food. How on earth does anyone make anything out of that? But people have. So is it because people are good under pressure, maybe?
I think, you know, in every situation, you know, with every curse comes a blessing. And I'm a big believer in that. And, you know, a challenge is a gift, you know, in many senses. It's about discovering what that is. And Jess made a very, very, you know, valid point that actually in this time, we're really called to sort of be, you know, we can get very caught up, can't we, in life, all the doings and the havings and the sort of things that kind of, in some ways, distract us from maybe who we really are. And I think this lockdown, it's been a very empowering time and sometimes somewhat challenging time for some, but also empowering for others, because it's really allowed them to really get clearer on who they really are or who they want to be, you know. So I think that has been key, actually. And I've noticed that with a lot of, you know, clients, a lot of people I've read for as well, having huge realizations. Some of those realizations might be challenging ones, like, actually, I don't want to go back to my job after this lockdown, you know. But with that comes a positive, because then it's like, okay, well, what does your heart really want? Where are you really coming from? So I think it's been a really good time for a lot of people to stop. I mean, I haven't stopped, but actually it's been an incredibly busy time for me. But for a lot of people, so I don't know the benefit of that one, but a lot of people have stopped and had a lot of time to think, which is not a bad thing.
Absolutely. And as well, I feel like I'm hearing a lot more people talk about meditation. I hear this at work every time I come to work. I hear the spiritual thing, I hear the, you know, the meditation, I hear the higher self. And all of a sudden, people that don't talk about it, I remember saying to somebody that I know, a guy, not any romance with that, just a guy that I know, you should try meditation. You've got a really like high pressure job, you do a lot in the city, so meditation, I haven't got time to stop. What's I going to do? What's like going to sleep in it? Now, who's meditating every day? I was like, you see, I told you. And he was like, I just rubbished it when you said it. But I just, you know, it's so, and to see someone like that, I mean, I expect everyone spiritual because you kind of understand it. But he was just like, I'm not into it. You know, your crystals are pretty, but whatever kind of thing. And now it's like, he's doing it. So do you find that more people understanding meditation? And it's not just for, is it just for spiritual people? Does it make you spiritual once you start meditating? Would you say that?
I think, you know, we are all spiritual beings having a physical experience. You know, I think we're souls, we're eternal souls, and we always have been and we always will be. But we get very caught up in this kind of little pit stop, you know, along the journey of eternity, which is just this incarnation. And we get very attached to our personality. We think all we are is that, you know, whether that be being a, I don't know, doctor, lawyer, you know, finance, like you said, you know, someone in the finance, or caught up in, you know, the roles we play, a mother, you know, a daughter, a sister, or a brother, or a father. And we actually forget that we are eternal and we have a spirit energy and we are that spirit energy. So I think in this time, a lot of people are stopping and remembering, you know, who they really are, not just their personality, you know, that they are more than that. And in a strange way, I really agree with what Jessica was saying about how this time, in a strange kind of way, is going to be probably bringing us into higher levels of love because we're gaining deeper awareness of ourselves.
Jess, what's your thoughts on that? Because, I mean, this guy was laughing at me, calling me all sorts. Oh, you're just one of those psychics. Oh, you're higher. And I'm like, I am not like this. Obviously, I love you guys, and I'm not a psychic. I would never say that I am because I could never do what you do. What you guys do is just, you know, I don't even think I could do it. Do you know what I mean? And you guys just love your work. You're so passionate, so dedicated. So, you know, I love what you guys do, but I don't feel I could do it. I don't think I've got it in me. I've not trained. I would never lessen what you do. This guy was like, oh, because you work with the psychics. Oh, the meditation. Oh, the mumbo jumbo. And now, let's call him Mr. M, right? Every day. And what do you think about that? Have you heard this before? Is it normal that people kind of, when they start it, they get used? Because I found it very hard in the beginning to meditate, but he's got a newfound respect for it, which I like. So what's your thoughts on the change of people and their attitudes towards what you guys do?
Yeah, I mean, everyone's got that ability within them, even yourself, Ophelia, to connect to spirit. If you really wanted to, you've got it there. I feel everyone is born with that gift. But it's that way that, like Aldo was just saying, we go through life and we attach ourselves to our careers or a job role or even like a family role, and then we forget our purpose, we forget who we are. And so that comes in the way of remembering that we've got all this energy within us. And this is where people begin to, it's almost like it can bring up fears of worry, the anxiety of the changes and things like that. It's almost like we know we could be doing something else and we've got this higher consciousness, but tapping into it, it can be quite frightening to people. And I think now what we're seeing is this mass human awakening. And even some of the headlines that we've seen in the news recently, it's triggering a lot of people to go, actually, the way we're living is almost like on a past timeline. We need to bring things into a more modern day and day of thinking as well. And it's amazing seeing loads of people who wouldn't normally come together, work together. And it's the whole planet that has been affected by the coronavirus, not just one little country, one little town, the whole planet. And it's like we can now come into this union of understanding what we're going through. Somebody has either lost someone through the virus or they've been affected by it in some way. It may have affected their job. And some people are really turning to like meditation or mindfulness, well-beings, and thinking, actually, there is something in this. There's something that is making me feel good. It makes me want to have more of that. And I think the more we can allow that energy to come to us, that light and energy, the more we can just lift our frequency, our vibration, and the more we can have that sort of harmonized way of being, which would be a fantastic planet to live on.
Absolutely. I just think a lot of people are just more positive, and as you said, self-care is so important, just being there for yourself as well as everyone else. Now, we have been talking meditation, so I'm usually on the show when we're doing meditation. I've usually got Mr. Producer in my ear, I've got to keep an eye on the breaks, I've got to keep on the times, everything, so I can't really get into one with you all. So Aldo, could you do like a quick meditation? Jess, would you like to do it with Aldo? You do it with me and Aldo, is that all right? Yeah,
I'll tune in as well.
So, thank you. So Aldo, if you kind of lead us on it. And so what do I need to do? Right, I'm at home. So anybody watching, what do we do? We're at home, you know, how do we get ready for Aldo's meditation? What do I need? Do I need crystals? Do I need a pen? Do I need lip gloss? What do I need?
Going back to what I was saying, how we can get so attached, can't we, you know, to our personality and to our thing. As lovely as crystals are, you know, and they are beautiful, they are not really necessary. In fact, nothing, you know, for true, beautiful, pure, you know, deep, you know, a little bit of connection with your spirit meditation, nothing is really necessary. So you don't need anything, just a bit of if you can, quiet, hopefully, you know, maybe put your phone on airplane and just get comfortable. Uncross your arms and legs and just take a moment to close your eyes. No, just uncross your arms and legs and just rest them on your, that's it, just relax your arms, that's it, just relax, and just take a nice deep breath in through your nose, breathe in and out, and just let go, just kind of release all your worries, your thoughts, fears, or attachments of the day. And another nice deep breath in and exhaling, just releasing, totally surrendering. This meditation is going to sort of just connect us to that greater energy, that essence that is beyond us as individuals, something bigger than just who we are on the personality level, connecting to the spirit. Astrologers are saying that the end of this year is the beginning of the age of Aquarius, where we're moving into a collective place, a consciousness of divine union. So let's take a moment to just bring our attention to our light and our heart, breathing in and out, and just releasing, intending to just wash and cleanse and clean up all the energy that isn't serving you, that isn't really totally you. Just intending or imagining now brilliant bright white light, a tube of light coming down at the top of your head and just awakening and activating your crown chakra. Brilliant bright light comes down, clearing and awakening this channel. Just take a moment to breathe in to the crown chakra and just release, just let go. Any tension, any worry, any resistance to change. Sometimes being part of something bigger than ourselves can make us feel small, or we can have a fear of where am I in it all. Just intend to breathe in and let go of all fear to the resistance of change. Breathe in and wash off any anxieties to this shift in consciousness, to this shift in awareness, to this change and this coming of a new age. And just imagine this white light now coming down and encasing the whole of your body. Feel that union, that connection, that I in the A, the I am consciousness. The collective consciousness that we're all a part of, the divinity. And just awakening your heart center now, filling this energy up and awakening your heart to this love, to this unconditional love and awareness. We are one. And just bringing your attention back slowly into your body, just landing back into your physicality, grounding yourself back, imagining or intending roots from the soles of your feet, just going deep into earth, just plugging or hooking in to Mother Earth. And when you're ready, just coming back and opening up your eyes. Back in the room.
I love that. Thank you. Oh my goodness. And it's just so nice to be able to do it in your own space as well. Jess, how did you feel about that?
It was so nice, like just feeling, it was almost like a feeling of a waterfall coming over me, washing away just what's not needed anymore. So yeah, bright white light, amazing.
It's so interesting because as you had that feeling, I was like, I was shedding clothes. As you were saying, let go, it's like I was taking my clothes off. Not in a naughty way, like I was taking off hoodie and stuff. Do you know what I mean? They're like, I feel like I was just letting go. Is that the wrong way? Because I feel like my way wasn't very spiritual, Aldo. I was just like losing clothes, whereas Jess was kind of washing things away, waterfall. Mine's not very spiritual, is it? It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter, you know, even this kind of attachment, isn't it, to a spiritual? It's like, you know, we can look at things on such a surface level often, can't we? Where we'll judge something, we'll say, oh, well, because it's not a pretty color, or because it hasn't got this particular, you know, vocab or whatever, then it's not spiritual. But no, you let go. And that's what, you know, meditation's about. You know, it's about letting go of the attachment and awakening.
Ah, love that. And Jess, just to ask you, is this something you do every day? Do you meditate every day?
I don't necessarily meditate every day because I can find it quite difficult to switch off when it's like a really busy home. So what I do is I just go and take myself out into the garden, and we've got like a little meditation area. And even if I can't switch off, I just sit there and try and zone out to listen to the sound of the birds or what I can hear going on around me. So yeah, you don't have to sit and do your meditation with your clingy music and all of that. You can just zone out and listen to what's going on around you, like a walk-in meditation. I quite like those.
No, that's so lovely. It's so nice to be able to do it with you guys as well. So Aldo, can I have a tip for the day for everybody? Give us a card, give us a crystal, give us a colour, and Jess, if you could think of something as well, just for everybody watching for today. What are you giving us, Aldo, before you say goodbye?
Well, you know, I think, you know, it's so important that in this time we surrender. You know, I think surrendering is so important. And, you know, the meditation I shared was just about that. But yeah, you can surrender, as Jess said, in any which way. Going out to the garden, you know, going on a walk, going exercising can be a type of, you know, a surrendering, just letting go. But what I'm sharing with you is a rose quartz crystal, which, you know, I've been holding as we've been, you know, doing the meditation. And this is a really beautiful crystal because it can really awaken our heart. And it can soothe us. It's a very soothing, pampering, nurturing crystal. And you don't need to necessarily go out and purchase one, but I'm just sending the energy of this crystal to everyone today.
Thank you. Jess, what are you going to send us all today?
So, because we were talking about nature, I thought I'm going to use my Sacred Earth cards to give you all a message to go away with. And we've actually got the card Perception, which is beautiful because, especially how we're talking about this transition, it's the way we see things and the way we perceive things as well. And I just feel with the card, it's like there's so much changing, and there's loads of like swirls and ammonites in this card as well. So it is all about winding inward still and finding our true self. So even though we are going out into the open again and meeting back up with people, try to not forget what valuable lessons you have learned in this time and apply it to going forwards in your future. And just remember as well how strong you have been during this lockdown, and just apply that to everything you do. Use your perception.
Thank you. Right back at you. And I'm going to give everyone some lights. First thing I could find, actually. So this is my light and it flickers. So we always say on the show, love and light. So I'm going to give everyone some light and some love. And thank you too as well. If you enjoyed our little Zoom party.
Yeah, I loved it.
Thank you. I kind of hope to see you very soon in the studio. I miss you too. Keep safe and I'll see you soon. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye. If you really enjoyed that video, hit like below and subscribe.